So let's take a look at the pre-robot human process. And we're just going to glance at this. You can see that it is a very tedious process with lots of steps. It involves generating documents, getting them signed by the attorney, filed with the court, and updating the firm records. And exclusive of intake with the client, this was about a 4-hour process before the robot. So what we did is we automated the parts that you now see in green. So these shapes are now the robot's job, and the robot and the human work together and bring that 4-hour process down to 8 minutes. So let's take a look at what it looks like. Here is the robot in action. The attorney will receive an email that has a death certificate attached and forward it to the robot. The robot will email back that it has the new file and it is opening a new matter. And now you're looking at the robot logging into a database with a web front end. It's using single sign-on and multi-factor authentication. And it is going to extract the data from the death certificate and put it into the new matter. It is then going to email the attorney and paralegal that there is a new file and the client is ready for intake. At that point, the paralegal will click that link, there it is, and get into the database. Now, so this is a person you're watching, not a robot, and they're on the phone with the client going through the form and filling it out. They cannot do it directly into their case management software because it is just simply too time-consuming and too complex. But the firm used to have a 20-page Word document that they would copy and paste from. So you can see this is a huge improvement. And here is a list of all the documents that might be associated with probate, and the paralegal is choosing the ones for this file and hit save. Now we're looking at a robot. So the robot's been triggered. It is logged into Action Step. That's the name of the software they use. And as you can see, it's opening the matter. It is basically copying and pasting from the database into the software, and it is generating all the documents that the paralegal indicated were necessary for the file. Now, it's worth noting that the document generation is an automation that is embedded within Action Step, and it works very well, so we have no reason to change it. We just have the robot be the one to activate it. The robot will also create a new file in OneDrive where it will save all the new documents, it'll name it for the new client, and email the paralegal a link to those documents for review. Once the paralegal applies that human oversight, reviews the documents, says they're ready for signature, we're looking at the robot having logged into DocuSign, and it's taking care of this next step. It's going to upload all the documents, choose the recipient, write the message, and it's going to go into the documents and place the yellow sticky that indicates where to sign, and then send those documents through. It will then email the team the status. The documents are out with the client, and it's going to await an automation that exists within DocuSign, something else that we just work with, that confirms that the documents have been signed. Once that comes, the robot is going to save the signed documents and now email them to the attorney for final review and signature. Once that happens, the robot is triggered again, as you see here, logging into the eCourt website, uploading all those documents for the case, filling out the form on the site, and filing the case with the court. And then the last leg of this automation is the robot waiting for that email that comes from the court. There it is. It confirms the case has been filed. It has a case number, a court date, and now the robot's going to go into the File Explorer and rename and resave all those associated documents. It's going to put the file number in Action Step, and it's going to create a new event on the firm calendar with all the details for the court appearance and email it to the attorney. And send an email that the automation is complete. So there's your 4 hours to 8 minutes. At the end of the week, the managing partner will get an audit report that shows all the automations that took place over the course of the week and the status of all the cases. And this firm is going to save approximately $100,000 a year without letting go of any employees. So it's a very compelling story. I hope to talk with you more about it.